Welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Yeah, can you dig it? I like that. A lot of you in the comments, a lot of people in the comments, y'all reply to that too. You say, yeah, I can dig it. I like that. That's cool. That's what you're talking. All right. We got a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. And what I'm going to do today is show you how to remove and replace the rear brake hoses. A lot of times when you're driving and your back brakes feel like they want to lock up, there's a possibility. It could be the caliper, could be a few things, but this particular incident is happened to be the rear brake hoses. So we're going to show you how to do that. Number one thing, first pop the hood, take the master cylinder cap off, and we're going to jack it up in the back and get these back wheels off. All right, let's get that done, and we'll be right back. All right, we got the vehicle jacked up, and what it did is take the hydraulic jack and place it right under the differential, as you can see, and jacked up so I get both tires up at the same time. And I already got both wheels off. Now what you're going to need to get you a little drain pan, something the fluid's going to drop into, 3/8 drive ratchet, 14mm shallow socket or 9/16, and a 3/8 wrench. Or if possible, get you a 3/8 line wrench. Okay? Now the first thing we're going to do, so here's a little lesson for you. I took off the master cylinder, the cap to the master cylinder. If you did that, like I said in the beginning of the video, put that back on. Reason being, once I start disconnecting this line in the back, fluid just going to start pouring out if this cap is open because of air pressure. So with that cap on, it's not going to drip out and come out as much, which gives me, so I don't lose much fluid. Alright, so number one thing we're going to do, get our 3/8 line wrench or wrench, and you go up here, and here's the hose right here. We're on the right side of the vehicle. You got your line right here. Let's go ahead and break that line loose. See, now I know it's loose, so I'm going to just bring it back just a little bit. So that's ready to come off. So let me set this camera up, and we're going to get to the other side. Our next bolt is over here. If you follow the hose, it goes around, and there's a bolt right here holding it on to the caliper. This is your caliper right here. Back this up a little bit, and there's a 14mm bolt right in the back. Just put that on just like that. I'm gonna put this, you notice what I did? I just put the socket up there so I know it's there. Alright, so let's set this camera up and get this line out of there. Alright. Yeah, that's a pretty good angle right there. Let's see, okay, you can see that, and you'll be able to see that. Great. Great, let's get to it. Alright, first thing I'll do while I got that off, I'm going to go ahead and loosen this bolt up. Remember, have your drain pan up under this. Okay, and let's get a light in here. You can make sure, because also what you got here, you got this little clip that's holding this brake line in. And what I'm going to do is take a screwdriver, just put it between there, and slide that clip right out of there. Alright, so in fact, let's go get a flat screwdriver, a big one. Let's go get that, and then we're going to take this line out. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, being that we got that line loose already, I can pretty much go ahead and see if I can get this clip out of here. And I might have to get some pliers or something to really, you know what, I ain't going to, there we go, it's coming out of there. You know, I'm going to get some needle nose pliers and pull that out and be better. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, got me some needle nose vice grips here. Grab this a little bit better. I like the vice grip because see, I can control it now. Slide that right in there, just like that. Alright, now we can start loosening up this line. take it out like that. Now up here to the front, where this 14mm bolt is at, let's take that off. And as you can see, I'm not losing a lot of fluid, and that's because I got that cap on. Now, if I take that cap off right now, there's going to be a lot of fluid coming out that brake line. Now, when you take this off, I want you to be careful, because it pops off like that. There's going to be 2 washers, and they're actually not washers, they're considered gaskets. See that right there? That's a gasket. And there's one on each side of this line, because they seals that brake fluid from coming out. This one's up there, you can see that right there. So the bolt will go through it, and then one on the other side. Alright, so let's put this down and go get our new line. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Got our new brake hose right here. Now this is the right side. On the right side, you want to get Wagner. Get the Wagner product. Very good product. And you want to get BH138847. That's for the right side. Alright, let's set this camera up. Now you notice, here's what I'm talking about on these. You got the bolt. You got the little washer on it. And then you got another washer on the other side. So remember, it was going to go like that. On. And then the washer's going to go on the other side. Alright? So, let's get this camera set back up there. And get this done. We'll be right back. Okay, here we go. We're going to be putting this line back on. Now I'm putting this line back on. If you notice, there's a indentation right here. That indentation is going to be facing upward when you go to put this back on. You just make sure. There we are, right there. Let me see if I can set this up so you can see it better. Okay, we'll be going right there. And what we're going to do here is take our bolt right here with the washer, with the gasket, put it through there. Oops, sorry, wrong side. Make sure that little lip like that to come out, make sure it's facing away from the caliper. Put it in like that. Get our second washer. Slide that on. And you want to make sure it don't come off. You want to start that bolt, put that in there by hand till it stops, and then just going to bend the hose, and this should go right into place right there. Now see, there's different ways of putting this in, but when it's in the right way, it'll go right into a slot and lock right in. And while we got that like that, what we're going to do is get that brake line, and we're going to start that by hand. You know, it should go in smooth by hand, just like that. And then we get our little clip, and we're gonna get that clip back into place. It's gonna set in a groove. On the brake hose, new brake hose. Done. See that? Now, let's tighten these up. Tighten this line up. Now this line ain't really, don't be trying to force it, because you saw how easy it came loose. So you're just gonna bring it tight till it's closed like that. Done. Take your 14mm. And tighten up the hose on the caliper. That's it. We're done. Alright, let's get this camera set up on the other side and get that other hose taken care of. Be right back. Alright, here we are on the left side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to film this. Let's get this, back this up a little bit. I'm going to film this from the opposite side so you can get an idea what's going on from the opposite side. Alright, grab your 14 millimeter. Let's loosen up these. What the heck? Let's loosen up the line, the holes from the caliper. That's all I'm going to do is loosen it up. Get our 3/8. Just loosen up the line. Next step, let's remove our clip. You see, it's very easy with the needle nose vice grips. You know what to do next. Alright, let's completely take off the line there. And get our 14 millimeter bolt down here. Should get to a point where I can take this out by hand. This bolt. Make sure you don't drop those washers / gaskets. Alright, make sure you got them. See, like right now I don't see that one, so I know it's somewhere. There's the top one right there, stuck on the line. Whenever it wants this side is supposed to come off, we'll get that in a minute. And actually, if that one stays up there, that'd be good. There it is, right there. Alright, we got that one. Alright. Now, let's get our new line. Now, on the left side, because there's different numbers here, let me just pull this cover off for you. What is this? Alright, that's the one for the left side. BH138845. Alright. Notice how I got this bracket. Notice that lip is facing away from the caliper. We get our bolt with the gasket on it / washer. Now this isn't no regular washers. These copper washers, they're actually gaskets. So if you lose one, don't try to think you can get no regular washer and fix it and you're gonna have a leak. Alright, got that right there. Put the second one on. And just like I said, that little indentation right there, that's gonna face up. Alright. So it's gonna go on just like that. Start this by hand. Okay, and bring that into its stops. All right, about there, just by hand. Then we're gonna go over here. Put that in there. It'll fit in perfect. Start the brake hose. Start the line going into the hose. Okay, that's in there. Get our little clip. Slide it into place. And again, just like I said, on the brake line, there's a little groove right there. That little groove, that's where that clip is setting into place. And once you get that done, go ahead and tighten up those lines. Now, if your lines are rusty, if they look like they're rusty, especially if you live up north, what you want to do is spray them with some WD-40 PB Blast, some kind of rust penetrant, and let it sit for a minute or two before you try to go ahead and break them loose. You'll be messing up that line. Alright, let's go tighten this up. There you have it. Both done. Next thing we're going to do is we got to get the air out of that line. We got to bleed that. So, now right here, there's a little boot. Going to pop that boot off. And there's a little bleeder screw right there. And let's see, that looks like about a 3/8 also. Now on that bleeder screw, what you want to do is pop that bleeder screw loose. You know, make sure it's loose, and then tighten it back up. And do that to the other side. And then now I'm going to show you how to bleed the brakes, because you got to take that air out of the system. Now, first one we want to do is go up there and make sure you got an adequate amount of brake fluid into the reservoir. Pretty much it's going to take dot 3, and we're going to have an assistant sit inside the car, and they're going to pump the brake pedal up. Try to get that air, force that air out of here. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, now let's get this air out of the system. This is how you bleed the brakes on a car. All right, now what you're going to do, you have the assistant pump the brakes pedal up and then hold it down. And while that person got the brake pedal held down, you open the bleeder screw, let the air and brake fluid come out, and then you shut it off while they got the brake pedal down. Let me show you this real quick. All right, remember, you got to have that loose already, and then tighten it back up to make sure that you will be able to loosen that. All right, pump it up. Hold down. Then close it off. Pump it up. Hold down. Pump it up. Hold down. See, now it came out a nice stream. About 3 times, especially with this short hose. We're good. Now let's go on to the other side. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, here we are on the other side, and got you at a different angle right now. Our bleeder screw is right here. And just like over there, what we want to do is make sure that that's loose. That we can loosen that up now. And before we have any problems. Let me make sure that. Yeah, okay, got on that. Wow, ow, ow, ow. Damn, that. Don't do that. Alright. Tighten that back up. Alright, now when you have the person step on the brakes, the person's going to step on the brakes, you know, pumping it up about 4 times. And then you tell them to hold it down. You do not tell them to release it, alright, until you make sure you got that closed off. Because if they release it while you got this brake screw open, it's going to suck air back into the system, and you don't want that to happen because you're not going to have a brake pedal. All right, pump it up. Hold down. Pump it up. Hold down. Pump it up. Hold down. Pump it up. One more time. Hold down. Okay, let it go. And that's it. You got it all bled. Now what we're going to do is go up in the front, top off the brake fluid, and we'll be done. Let's go check out that brake fluid. We're up on the hood. Here we go. Let's take off this cap. And we're going to top this off. You see, this got a maximum line right there. Yeah, it's already there because I had filled it up a little bit before we bled the brakes. I knew we were going to lose some. I'm going to just add a little bit more in there. Got a little something about some AutoZone I have for a while here. Here we go. Good enough. Just make sure this boot is in like this. Make sure it's in good condition. Close it up. Alright, there you go. Let's go over here and close out the video. Alright, there you have it. Nice, easy, quick job. 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, replacing the rear brake hoses, and also now you know how to bleed the system with an assistant. Now you can get you a self bleeder that works by air. I might have that also, but it's much easier when you have an assistant because they really push that pressure on it. The tool that does usually that works by air, you take a little fitting, you put it on the brake bleeder screw, you push it, and it'll suck the fluid through. But I like this way better. Do you have any comments, any questions about how to do this, or you know, anything, just be sure to post your comments right down below this video. This is Timmy from Astro Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. Take it easy.